Good evening to everyone around Manchester City. Welcome to everyone within the Mancunian Way community. Yeah, this is not live. Well, it is live because it's a live premiere. I will be in the chat, by the way, if anyone wants to know. I'll be commenting in the chat underneath this video that is currently going out. But I wanted to think about a couple of things. Things have been bugging me now since Thursday night. And anyone who's known me for a while knows when things bug me, I go away, I talk with other fans, I try and analyze everything as best I can. And do you know what? I've come to the conclusion. Us as Manchester City fans, and I'm talking to every single Manchester City fan right now. And before we even get into my message, this is not a you must listen to me. If you choose not to listen to me, that is your opinion. I'm not going to tell you how to think. These are just my opinions. This is what I think should happen. But I don't feel as a channel we're doing our duty with our beliefs and the way we think our channel should be and the way your channel should be, is that we should be sending out the correct messages. So this had to be done. And I'll be honest with you, so this isn't just Thursday night either. This is over the course of 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks that I've felt a little bit broken as a blue. A little bit broken hearted, a little bit disappointed in some things I've seen and read. Now, majority is not everyone. I accept that. I'm talking to the minority more than the majority. But the problem is in society now, the minority are usually the loudest. So it's time the majority got heard as well. And I don't care if you are an old school Manchester City fan. I don't care if you are a new Manchester City fan. I don't care if you're from Manchester, down south, London, Timbuktu, or wherever. If you have chosen to be a Manchester City fan, if you have picked Manchester City to be in your life, you have to understand Manchester City. And I've gone away and I've looked at Pep's messages over the last few press conferences, going back to Chelsea even, where he was kind of sarcastic. He was sending out a message then as well. And I've also looked at things what happened at Bayern Munich under Pep Guardiola, and I'm seeing a little bit of similarity going on. Now, I'm not saying no manager, no player is beyond criticism. Criticise a manager, criticise players, by all means. But right now, what Pep did on Thursday night was a rally call. It was a rah-rah call. And and everyone here at the Mancunian Way, as your channel, we're not doing our proper duty if we don't get on the back of that. And that's what we're going to do tonight. We're going to get on the back of it. As the face of your channel, this is what we need to do. I've spoken with other Blues as well, big Blues, behind the scenes. We've got in touch with other groups as well. I've sent messages out to 1894 group. I've sent messages out, emails to Manchester City Football Club. I'm doing everything I can. But we need to remember who we are. Manchester City was never about trophies and success and being first and demanding the Champions League and demanding FA Cups and demanding Carabaos. I understand in 2008 we got taken over. I understand expectations changed. I understand with Haaland and with KDB and all these fantastic players, there comes a rise in expectation. That's for the club. We always said as fans that we didn't like United and we didn't like Liverpool because they always had this arrogance, this attitude of they demanded. If they weren't first, it was something wrong. And that's fine for them to believe that. But us as Blues, we used to say as one, do you know what? We don't want to be arrogant. Sorry, I just lost my microphone. We don't want to be arrogant. We don't want to be cocky. We don't want to be comfortable. And I'm slowly seeing it in the last 3, 4, 5 weeks of comfortable arrogance, cockiness, everything that Manchester City was never built on coming in. And I don't like it. It can change. I've seen some Blues come out and say wasn't booing at the referee. Where they were sat on Thursday night, maybe there wasn't booing. The booing was directed at the referee. I do apologise. From their point of view. Where I was sat, it was directed at the players and the team. I had words with a fan, again, their opinion, but I don't agree with it. I get you pay your money, you're entitled to your opinion, but booing does nothing. The booing did not up that team on the second half, in my opinion. Did not boo, that did not help the team. All you did was piss Pep off. And I'm not saying we should be scared of Pep leaving. I'm not saying we should be, this guy has given us 4 and 5 years of superb, world-class football. We've seen things they'll never see. Not in my lifetime was a saying from Sir Baconface himself. Not in my lifetime. And this manager, our manager, has made it in his lifetime. He has given us the Formidables, the Centurions, back to back. And we crumble at the first sign of trouble. Crumble like cheap plasterboard. And I don't get it. It's not Manchester City. This is not what we're about. City till I die. That's not just a fancy saying. That's a belief. Together. We've come back from worse. And you know what? Slightly, I'm a little bit of the opinion that maybe we're in a small transition. Not even a transition. I would say a remodeling. We're in a small remodel. And there's nothing wrong with that. We've sat there and talked about Liverpool having this 30, 40-year-old midfield. And what we've done, we've neglected ourselves and not realised some of our key players are in early 30s, mid-30s now. Same reasons. We talked about how Liverpool are off the pace this year because they've absolutely burnt out on the last 3 or 4 years. We were the team going and beating them. Maybe we're a little bit burnt as well. Because for going for 3 or 4 years, getting 97, 98, 99, 100 points, year in, year out, maybe it takes that of us as well, and we've not realised it, and we've taken it for granted. This is rah-rah call, whatever you want to call it. But I implore anyone who goes into that stadium tomorrow, anybody, get behind your lads. Let's rock the ETIHAD out. Let's give Wolves some atmosphere they've never seen. Forget your light shows. Forget your fancy songs at the beginning. There's one thing you need to do, Manchester City. Play Blue Moon, turn it down, and we'll do the rest. We were the only team. As we got worse, we got bigger. And what we've done is also we've allowed some rival fans to get into our own heads. The ball fraud, Pep the fraud, Edison's finished. It's coming from a lot of fans, other fans, rival fans. Why? Do you think they want to see Pep Guardiola continue at Manchester City? Pep Guardiola leaving Manchester City will be their best day of their lives. Got to remember, we're at a party we were never invited to. The media, rival fans, United, Liverpool, they want them big boys, the traditional boys, back in game, back in the play, back in that play area. They want Manchester City quietly out. Let's not feed them. Let's not implode on ourselves. Let's remember, this means more, as I got told by an opposition fan. Well, yeah, now this club means more than a silver tin pot. We are second in the Premier League. We win tomorrow, if we win tomorrow, we may not, but if we do win tomorrow, we're 2 points within Arsenal. And I've heard crisis. I've heard meltdown. I've heard Pep's lost it. I implore you to go look at the table, look where Liverpool are, look where Chelsea are. Come on. Let's just calm down a bit. Let's remember who we are. Cut yourselves open. We bleed blue. There's no red in us. Remember, we don't have red cars. We don't have red whatever. We're blue. And it's just, this is not an act. People say this is an act. It's not. Anyone who knows me, knows what Manchester City means to me. Knows what I do for this football club. Knows I will move heaven and earth for this football club. I will travel up and down motorways galore for this football club. To back them, to be with them. As all of you are as well. We need to stop this. People abroad are plastics. We were all new fans once. We were all new fans once. When I went in the 80s, early 80s, I was a new fan. All I've ever said about a new fan, all I've ever said about a fan abroad is learn. This is why I've always said, educate yourself about Manchester City. Not on the players, not on the trophy cabinet. Educate yourselves on the morals of Manchester City. Educate yourself on what Manchester City means. It's in here. It's in here. It's ingrained in you. Yes, criticise Pep Guardiola. Yes, criticise players. But there's a level to it. There's a level to it. So we're conceding a few more goals this year. So we're not creating as many chances. So we're not playing sexy football week in, week out. Right now, we need some of that 98, 99 spirit back within our football team. I get, and yes, I have sent an email to the club about the prices for Thursday night because I thought they were disgraceful in an economic climate, especially in a northern city like Manchester. But everyone's given up. There's a part of Manchester City fan group who I know, who I won't mention on here, some have just given up now. They're not as interested anymore through money or lack of effort, whatever. It's not their fault. They've done a magnificent job in the past, but some have given up the ghost. If we give up, we give in and we give them what they want. Let's get behind these boys. Let's be Manchester City. Colin Bell, Mike Summerbee, Dennis Stewart, Billy Meredith. Let's remember where we've come from, Blues. We had one off season, fair enough. We'll go again next season. We'll talk about transfers later on next week. But do you know what? Right now isn't about transfers. It's not even about performances. It's not about players. This is about us as fans being fans again. Being united as one. And I don't mean them down the road. Let's be Manchester City. Let's remember what that badge stands for. Our motto, pride in battle. Where's the pride gone? Where's the pride gone? At the moment, there's no pride. The players who don't show the pride, Pep Guardiola will disregard them in the summertime. If you don't want to be here, ta-ra. Bernardo Silva, I love you, mate. You've given me 7 years of absolute fantastic football. You don't want to be here, then go. Players will come and go. Managers will come and go. The fans are here forever. Unless you are Plastic FC, then fine. But if you support Manchester City for trophies, and you know what? even the younger fans, all they've seen is success. Then educate them when times are hard. When times are hard, it's not about turning your back, it's getting behind your boys, screaming down that stadium. We don't boo. Even if it was to the referee or to the tea lady down the road, it doesn't matter. Don't give the rivals or the media the chance to criticize it or twist anything. That's what they want. Tomorrow, we march into that Etihad, head held high, badges on show, scarves out, whatever you want to do. You want to be a club shop wanker? Fine, do it. But let's march into that stadium, sing Blue Moon, and let us scare the hell out of Wolves and back our boys and show Pep one or two of your comments were wrong because we're with you, Pep. We're with you. He's a human being. He makes errors. We will criticise on them errors, but none of this ball fraud, get out of my club crap. We finished second, so be it. We finished third, so be it. We'll finish in the top four. Come on. Any manager who's allowed an off-season, it's ours. Any manager's allowed an off-season, it's ours. Got to remember, we limped over the line last year. I'm wound up. I'm a little bit emotional, but this is a rally call for the Mancunian way to every single Manchester City fan out there. And I don't care if people take the mick. I don't care if people say, oh, he's acting. I've been a season ticket holder for nearly 40 years. I've been over 30 odd years. Been going to Manchester City for nearly 40. Born at St Mary's Hospital down the road. Stone's throw from Main Road. Father's worn the blue shirt of the Blues. Wasn't the first team, was the reserves. Still wore it. Got offered a contract, but had to turn it down because he had kids and a wife. And back then, the money wasn't great, so he turned the contract down. I bleed Manchester City. You bleed Manchester City. Let's be Manchester City. And let's get behind these boys and get that 3 points. Anyway, that's me coming off my soapbox. I don't care if anyone says I'm acting. Anyone who knows me knows I am not. This is not about views, clicks, or anything. I'm not even going to mention it, the like button or anything. That's nothing to do with that tonight. This is just a simple message. Remember who we are. Anyway, thank you to every single one of you who joined us on this live premiere. I'm probably typing away in the comments right now. Thank you, everyone. But yeah, sounds weird. I'm watching myself on a screen while it's live. Take care. Have a great, great evening. And yeah, if you're around the Etihad tomorrow and you see me, come and say hello. Don't be shy. And we'll have a beer and whatever, and we'll just be Manchester City. But you know what? Let's bounce into that Etihad and bounce out of it with 3 points tomorrow by getting behind our boys. We are Manchester City. Always remember that. Take care, Blues.